This is cycle 3, week 23. I just don't know about you, but I cannot believe that we are almost through with this year. So this week in our review time, we're gonna do timeline, and we're actually finishing up the timeline song. We're gonna learn the third law in math and the distributive law. We're gonna actually start memorizing the preamble to the United States. We're going to learn some prominent features across the geography of the United States. We're going to learn a little bit about the way our history is preserved in geography, like that part of science. So look forward to seeing what we're going to learn there. We're going to learn about sentence structure, and we're getting close to having all of John 1 memorized. So, as always, let's start with timeline. Now, I'm going to show you the cards and then we'll get started with this song. The Age of Information and Globalization, Watergate and President Nixon Resigns, The Fall of Communism in Eastern Europe, European Union formed, Apartheid abolished in South Africa, September 11th, 2001, and the rising tide of freedom. Now, if you notice, this says 2003, and it is now 2021. So there's a lot of history that's happened, and I would bet that they would update our timeline song soon. So let's get to the music. We'll listen and see the cards and practice it together.
Job information and globalization, circa 1970 to the present. Watergate, President Nixon resigns.
The best is au revoir.
Fall of communism in Eastern Europe. European Union formed. Apartheid abolished in South Africa. 2018, September 11th, 2000, and we run. Rising tide of freedom, rising tide of freedom. Timeline, timeline, I'm part of my timeline. Timeline, this is my timeline.
Okay, bear with me 1 second. I'm going to get it back, and we're going to do it one more time.
Information and globalization, circa 1970 to the present. Watergate, President Nixon resigns.
The best is au revoir.
Fall of communism in Eastern Europe. European Union formed. Apartheid abolished in South Africa. 2018, September 11th, 2000, and we run. Rising tide of freedom, rising tide of freedom. Timeline, timeline, I'm part of my timeline. Timeline, this is my timeline.
Okay, guys, that's the whole timeline song. So, as always, I would try to get mom or dad or somebody to play it for you, maybe a couple of times a week, maybe when you're cleaning up something, maybe when you're just relaxing or riding in the car, so you can keep that song going in your head. Okay, next up is math. And this week, our law in math is called the distributive law. Now, let's think about that word distributive. There it is right there. Don't look at the letters yet. Distributive. What does that make you think of? I don't know, but it makes me think of the word distribute. And if I distribute something, I'm passing it out. I'm not passing it out to one thing, I'm passing it out to a lot of things. So the distributive law, and it looks like my paper is missing a parentheses. Okay, let me see if I can draw it in real quick before I show you so there's no confusion. Got it? Okay, so I want you to look, I'm going to hide it. Look at this side right here. Distributive property. Now we need, actually let's back up. We need some math talk here. Okay, I have a letter or a variable next to a parentheses. Does anybody know what that means? What are we going to do? Yep, we're going to multiply. So when you see a variable next to parentheses, that means multiply. But we're not just going to multiply it by one of these letters. Since both B and C are inside the parentheses, we're going to multiply A with B and A with C. We're going to distribute the A to everything inside the parentheses. So we're going to pass out this A to everything inside of the parentheses. So that means, you can see all of it, we're going to do A times B. So we have that right here. Remember, when you have two variables next to each other, that means multiply. So we have A times B, but then we're also going to pass out the A to the C. So A times C. So we've taken this A that's outside and all alone outside the parentheses and distributed it to its friends. A, we've passed it out to B, and we're passing it out to C. So A times B plus A times C. Does that make sense? So we're going to say the distributive law states A, open parentheses, B plus C, close parentheses, is equal to, open parentheses, A times B plus A times C, close parentheses. So guess what we're going to do next? You know Miss Megan. Okay, so we're going to do, get our arms ready, our big arms ready. Open parentheses. Oh, scratch that. A, open parentheses, B plus C, close parentheses, equals, open parentheses, A, B plus A, C, close parentheses. Now, excuse me, you saw when I did that, I just went A, B. I didn't forget, when you have a variable next to another variable in math, that always means to multiply. So let's try that again. A, open parentheses, B plus C, close parentheses, equals, open parentheses, A, B plus A, C, close parentheses. All right, let's do it one more time just to make sure we've got it, because it's a lot of letters. And remember, we're going to distribute the A out. So we have A, open parentheses, B plus C, close parentheses, equals, open parentheses, A, B plus A, C, close parentheses. Great job, guys. And later on in life and in math, you'll actually put numbers with those variables and solve for answers. That's why I love math. Okay, this week in history, our sentence says, tell me the preamble to the United States Constitution. So, I'm going to read it to you, and then when I play the song, I'm going to actually put the words on the screen because it's a lot of words, and I think it's super important that you know what they are when you learn the song. Okay, so it starts off, we the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. Do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Okay, let's do it one more time, and I'm going to give you time to repeat it after me, and then we'll do the song. We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity, do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. Great job, guys. Okay, coming up next, we're going to listen to the song twice, and then you can repeat it as many times as possible.
We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessing of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. Do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America. We the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote the general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves and our posterity. Do ordain and establish this Constitution for the United States of America.
Okay, guys, this week in geography, we're learning about prominent features in the U.S. I've actually drawn some symbols on here to help you memorize what they are. So we're going to start way up here. This is the Olympic rainforests. Then we have here the Grand Canyon. We have over here, if you look, it's near about Nebraska and South Dakota. This is the Black Hills. Right here we have the Ozark Highlands. Down here, the Okefenokee Swamp. And then up here we have Niagara Falls. So let's do that again. The Olympic rainforest, the Grand Canyon, the Black Hills, the Ozark Highlands, the Okefenokee Swamp, and Niagara Falls. All right, one more time. You ready? Olympic Highlands, Grand Canyon, Black Hills, Ozark Highlands, Okefenokee Swamp, and Niagara Falls. Okay, guys, you know how great Miss Megan is at singing and also keeping the tune to the songs. So I'm gonna play the song for geography to help you remember, and then we'll try to practice it together.
Hills, Ozark, Highlands, Highlands, Niagara Falls, Olympic rainforest, forest, Okefenokee Swamp in Florida, Florida, prominent features.
One more time. You ready?
Grand Canyon, Black Hills, Ozark, Highlands, Highlands, Niagara Falls, Olympic rainforest, forest, Okefenokee San and Ozark, Highlands, Niagara Falls, Olympic, Rainforest, Forest, Okefenokee, Swamp in Florida, prominent features.
One more time. You ready?
Grand Canyon, Black Hills, Ozark, Highlands, Niagara Falls, Olympic, Rainforest, Forest, Okefenokee, Swamp in Florida, prominent features.
Okay, guys, do you think we can do this song together? Maybe we'll just get a kick out of it, okay? Grand Canyon, Black Hills, Ozark, Highlands, Niagara Falls, Olympic, Rainforest, Forest, Okefenokee, Swamp in Florida, these are the prominent features. I think that wasn't bad. Let's do it one more time. Grand Canyon, Black Hills, Ozark, Highlands, Niagara Falls, Olympic, Rainforest, Forest, Okefenokee, Swamp in Florida, these are the prominent features. Okay, friends, you know Miss Megan loves a good song, but this time, I want you right now to go get mom or dad or whoever told you to watch this video and tell them to come on, because we're gonna have some fun with this one. And this is a song that moms and dads probably remember. Only for this part, I'm gonna play what this man sings it, and then we're gonna get to the science part, okay? So I want you guys to have fun with this, and we're gonna learn what are some ways Earth's history is preserved. Oh, you know, Miss Megan and technology. Here we go.
Old time of rock and roll. And kind of music just
Give me your guitar.
I reminisce about the days of old when that old kind of rock and roll, because some of the ways Earth's history is preserved.
Okay, you ready? So you got your guitars. That old time of rock and roll. What are some ways Earth's history is preserved? Rocks, fossils, ice, tar, amber are some ways Earth's history is preserved. All right, let's do it again. You ready? You got to get your rocking going on, okay? What are some ways Earth's history is preserved? Rocks, fossils, ice, tar, amber. What are some ways Earth's history is preserved? Rocks, fossils, ice, tar, amber. All right, you ready? Kids, moms, I need to see you clapping. Ready? What are some ways Earth's history is preserved? Rocks, fossils, ice, tar, amber. These are some ways Earth's history is preserved. Rocks, fossils, ice, tar, amber. All right, now, for all the times we all talk about how great Miss Megan sings, I'm gonna start asking you to sing this song next week whenever I see you, and I wanna see you your best rocking out, okay? And moms, I might ask you too. One more time, just for fun. You ready? What are some ways Earth's history is preserved? Rocks, fossils, ice, tar, amber. What are some ways Earth's history is preserved? Rocks, fossils, ice, tar, amber. All right, let's finish up with rocking out, okay?
And your parents are going to know it. Your parents are going to know this song. Kids, you're going to have to learn it. It kind of goes like this.
I like that old time of rock and roll. And kind of music just soothes the soul. I reminisce about the days of old when that old kind of rock and roll, because.
All right, guys, sometimes we just have to have a little fun. All right, this week in English, we're talking about 4 sentence structures. Now, 4 answers, but I'm gonna get my little friend to come help us, okay? So, Mr. Piggy. And Mr. Piggy has been rolling around in the mud all week with this rain and all of that, but he's still gonna help us. So, I'm going to say the words, and you guys and Mr. Piggy are going to answer and repeat after me, okay? 4 types of sentence structure. 4 types of sentence structure. Simple, compound, complex. Compound, complex. Now that was funny, wasn't it? Let me tell you again. The first one is simple. Simple. Compound. Compound. Complex. Complex. Compound, complex. Compound, complex. Okay? So the 4 types are simple, compound, complex, compound, complex. Okay? Simple, compound, complex, compound, complex. All right, you think you got it? Those are pretty easy. Now it's time for Latin. And remember, I think Ms. Megan may have messed up last week, so you may want to get your app out and listen to it over and over again so you know exactly how to say it. John 1:7, ut testimonium perhiberit de lumine, to give testimony of the light. So John 1:7 says, ut testimonium perhiberit de lumine, to give testimony of the light. Okay, let's do it again, and I'm going to leave a little bit of space so you can repeat it after me. Ut testimonium perhiberit de lumine, to give testimony of the light. Okay, let's do it one more time, and this time we're going to add the address at the top. Ut testimonium perhiberit de lumine, to give testimony of the light. John 1:7. One more time, just for good measure. You ready? Repeat after me. Ut testimonium perhiberit de lumine, to give testimony of the light. Okay guys, that wraps up week 23. Remember, let's go over all of it quickly. In timeline, we started with Age of Information and Globalization, Watergate and President Nixon resigns, the fall of communism in Europe, Eastern Europe, European Union formed, apartheid abolished in South Africa, September 11th, 2001, and Rising Tide of Freedom. And that wrapped up our timeline song. Then in math, we did the distributive property. A, open parentheses, B plus C, close parentheses, equals AB plus AC. Okay? Now, the next one in history, we learned the preamble of the United States. Oh, and I had my American flag on. Ready? We, the people of the United States, in order to form a more perfect union, establish justice, ensure domestic tranquility, provide for the common defense, promote general welfare, and secure the blessings of liberty to ourselves, our posterity, do ordain and establish the Constitution for the United States of America. Okay? Then in geography, we learned the prominent features. We learned, what was my song again? Grand Canyon, Black Hills, Ozark Highland. Oh, that was not the song. Not the song at all. So, let me just say them for you. Grand Canyon, Black Hills, Ozark Highlands, Okefenokee Swamp, Olympic Rainforest, and Niagara Falls. You know I had to get it right, so remember we did Grand Canyon, Black Hills, Ozark Highlands, Niagara Falls, Olympic Rainforest, Okefenokee Swamp in Florida. These are the prominent features. And then we got the fun part. We rocked out to what were some of Earth's What are some ways Earth's history is preserved? All right, you ready? Gotta get your guitars out again. What are some ways Earth's history is preserved? Rocks, fossils, ice, tar, amber. These are some ways Earth's history is preserved. Rocks, fossils, ice, tar, amber. All right, I hope you guys had fun with that. Then we had our little friend, Mr. Muddy Piggy, and he talked about the simple sentence structures: simple, compound, complex, and compound complex. And then last up in Latin, we did John 1:7, ut testimonium perhibuit de lumine, to give testimony of the light. That wraps up our week. Guys, you are loved, you are prayed for, you are thought of often. I hope you enjoy this, and I'll see you next week. Bye!